Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you might be new. Today I'm sitting down and answering the questions that you guys asked me probably 2 weeks ago now. I think I asked on the YouTube community tab on my Facebook page and on Instagram if you guys had any questions for me that I would answer them, and I got a few, so I thought I would sit down and answer them for you. I've done I think 1 or 2 of these in the past, but I've been on YouTube for just over 2 years now. I've had a lot of new subscribers here recently, so welcome if that is you, or maybe you've been around for a while and you just don't really know that much about me. I feel like I share quite a bit, but obviously there's still questions that you guys have, so let's jump into those. So I'm going to take the ones that I have off of Instagram first. Where do you hope to be in the next 5 years? I'm not sure if you mean YouTube-wise, my family-wise, or location-wise, but I guess maybe I can answer all of that. In 5 years, we hope to own our own home. That might be here, that might be in Texas. We're still not sure yet, which we will be going to Texas soon. So we'll kind of see what their summer, almost to summer, weather is like. I think we're going to drive around a little bit, kind of check out some towns, maybe even look at a house while we're down there. I'm not sure yet, but we hope to own our own home regardless of where we end up. I hope to be working full-time even before 5 years from now, so that would be amazing because this one income situation has been pretty rough over the last year and a half, I think, is when I quit my job. Own our own house. I have a job. I guess that's about it, that we're all just still healthy and doing well, I guess. Here's a good juicy question. What is something you'd never talk about online? Probably my political views, my views on vaccines, maybe more personal things to do with like my husband maybe, or my kids. I feel like I'm pretty open about things. I don't know, I guess it just depends on exactly what it is that I wouldn't share, but I know for sure like political views and vaccines I would never talk about, just because that is such a touchy, hot subject for everybody, and I don't want to cause any discomfort or confusion or anything like that. I think I've maybe shared some memes or something on my Instagram stories, so if you follow me there and you've seen it, maybe you kind of have an idea of where I am in that regard, but otherwise I don't really share much because that is just a hot topic all the time. Also maybe my views on abortion and what happens, how do I word this? I guess just like the system, our government and like law system, what's the word I'm looking for? Judicial system, I think is what I'm looking for. My views on that, just like hot touchy topics I feel like I wouldn't talk about. What is something unique about your state? I don't know, it's like the hottest place ever. I don't know. We'll see if it's hotter than Texas, because I know they have humidity. Same with like Florida, they have humidity, but at the same time, maybe besides like Death Valley in California, because I know that is a really hot place. I think we're maybe close to being as hot as Nevada, but honestly it is like hot all the time for the most part. I don't know if that's unique per se. I don't really know what else might be unique. Oh, I do know a random fact about my state is it's illegal, and I don't know if this is just my state though, or maybe other states, but I do know that it's illegal and you can be fined like $6,000 or even go to jail if you kill any bald eagles or like steal or kill their egg. It's also illegal to uproot a cactus or like take down a cactus, cut down, chop down a cactus. That's illegal here. Why? I don't know. There's literally cactus everywhere. So I don't know if that's unique per se, but I know those are just like some fun facts, I guess. This is a very good question that I think is fun. Would you rather know what way you die or the day you die? I think I would rather know the day, because then you kind of, you know, you have that like time limit of when you can do things, and instead of being like, oh, we can do it tomorrow or next week, or like someday I'll travel back to Ireland, someday I'll fly what's the word? Not fly out of an airplane. Bungee jump. No, skydive out of an airplane. You know, just things like that, like your bucket list. Then you have that of like when to do it by, because some of those things are expensive and take time and take you away from maybe family or friends or work or whatever. And you know, you can't really like do all the things you want to do because of so many other responsibilities and circumstances and people and all that stuff. So I feel like if I knew the day, then you kind of can gauge when and how to do those things on your bucket list, if that makes sense. I think it would freak me out to know how I died, because I have some fears, okay, like sharks. I also have this irrational fear of people when they throw out their cigarettes when they're done smoking and they're driving, which is disgusting and I hate so much. But I have this fear that it's gonna get sucked in through my grill of my car and like spark my engine or something. Or if I've like accidentally leaked gas out of the side of my car, or anybody else that's around me for that matter, and somebody throws out a cigarette, it's gonna just ignite that and kaboom me. Or if I'm pumping gas, like there are people that still smoke standing right there near the gas pumps, and it drives me nuts. And anytime I see it, I ask people to step away or to put out their cigarette. Matt has too, and almost got into like this argument with this guy that refused to step away or put out his cigarette while he was standing there pumping gas. So that freaks me out. I mean, I have a lot of things, like I get claustrophobic easily. I don't want to drown. I'm scared of sharks. I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of really weird, irrational fears that are really, really silly, and I doubt I'll die that way, but I think I would rather know the day rather than how I die. Let me know your thoughts. Would you rather know how you die or the day that you die? If you could change one thing about the world, what would it be? That's kind of a really big, like, heavy question. I don't know if there's one thing. Well, crime, I guess, like bad people. Does that make sense? Can that encompass so many things? People doing bad things, like rapists and murderers and pedophiles and people driving while under the influence of drugs and alcohol. All the bad people, I wish, would go away. Can I say that? Can I encompass all of those people into one? Like no crime, basically? Like no bad people in the world? That's what I wish that I could change about the world. The world just be a better place. World peace is what I hope for and wish for and dream for. World peace. Ooh, this question kind of ties back to what would you not talk about on the internet? What are a few unpopular opinions that you have? So maybe I'll give you some other random ones, so hopefully I don't upset you. I'm kind of stumped on this one. I'm not really sure what to share, because I just feel like so many people are gonna get upset and be like, I'm gonna unsubscribe because you have a different opinion than me, because there's so many people like that in the world. And I feel like maybe 2 of you would be like, yeah, I have the same thoughts, great. And then the majority of you are gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that she said that and she thinks that way, and like, I'm totally leaving her page now. So I've had that happen before. People are telling me why they're leaving. Oh my gosh, you said this, you believe in this, and I don't, so I'm unsubscribing to you. I mean, that's fine, but like, you don't need to be that dramatic about it. Like, everyone is entitled to their opinion. It's not the end of the world that we think differently. I feel kind of stuck on this one. I don't know, maybe I should just not answer it. Instead of unpopular opinions, maybe I can just share some things that I don't like that I feel like a lot of people like. For example, cilantro is disgusting. So many people love it, like cilantro lime rice. Ugh. No thank you. I hate cilantro. It's disgusting. I also hate Coke. Regular Coca-Cola is disgusting. Diet Coke, I will drink any day of the week. Regular Coke tastes to me, and I think I've said this before, like if Pine Sol and Mr. Clean had a baby, that's what Coca-Cola tastes like to me. It's disgusting. I hate it so much. If it was like the last soda on earth, I would drink it, but I will never choose to drink Coca-Cola on my own if there is something else to drink. I also don't like sushi. I've had it a few times over the years, a few different places. I just don't like it. I also hate chocolate covered fruit, chocolate covered strawberries, chocolate covered bananas. No thank you. It's, I don't know. I've never liked it, ever. And I've tried it throughout the years, because every 7 years, your tastes change. At least that's what I've been told my entire life by my mom. And I still stand by it. I've never Googled it, but I believe it's true. I do not like chocolate covered fruit. In what way are you and Matt most alike and different? I think the things that we're alike in the most probably is just our love for like our families, our kids, each other. And we also both really like to play video games and like watch TV. We both really like a lot of the same shows like The Amazing Race and Survivor, true crime things, like more real life type things than like fictional, if that makes any sense. So we like to watch those types of things together. And we both love food and we both love to eat, which is why we are the way that we are, even though I'm still working on it, you know, but yeah, we like to eat. And how are we different? I feel like that list is longer. He's much more strict and like disciplinary and aggressive in regards to the kids like getting in trouble and stuff, and I'm a little more laid back. Like, I'm not gonna yell at you the very first time you do something. I'll give you warnings and then I'll yell at you or something. And definitely the house, like the cleanliness of the house and laundry and dishes and trash and all that kind of stuff. I do have like OCD a little bit. I've never been like diagnosed or been to like a therapist or a doctor or anything, but how rude. I was talking to you and you just like went to sleep on me for a moment. Anyway, as I was saying, right after my camera shut off on me, then Bo came in to bother me. So I'm not really sure what I was saying. Oh, we're different with household stuff, OCD, that's where I was going. So there's certain things that really bother me and things that don't bother him at all. Like if the counters are cluttered with junk and if there's stuff on the floor and if the trash is overflowing and if baskets are overflowing. I hate crumbs all over the floor. Like I cannot stand to step on it. I would much rather wear shoes like all the time in the house than like be barefoot and step on things. It just drives me nuts. So he's way more, you know, laid back and lenient and not so much caring about things around the house and stuff. And, you know, we've gotten into it about that over the years. It's, you know, it's a work in progress. We're working on it, have been working on it, still working on it. So we're getting there in that regard. And I would also say, kind of along with that, he's just a little more not lazy. And what I mean by that is when I can walk and stuff and I'm not dealing with my foot situation, I am a much more like active go person. So it's been about 2.5 months, I think, since I've started my foot treatments for my plantar warts. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link the video in the iCard where I was updating you on my foot. If you follow me on my Instagram, I've shared about it in my stories a whole bunch. But when I can't walk and I'm literally stuck in bed or on the couch with my foot elevated, I hate that so much. It drives me nuts. The house gets just crazy because I can't really do much with it, and I just have to sit there and watch TV or play a video game and play on my phone, which is like nice to have a break, I guess. But at the same time, like, it hurts my butt to sit for that long. And I just get really like antsy and like I want to get up and go, but I can't, you know, and that drives me nuts. But I want to like go on walks with the kids. I want to go swimming with the kids and take them to a splash pad or go to the store and get up and get things done around the house, you know, and do projects and stuff like that. And it could be because I am a stay-at-home mom, which I used to work, even though I worked from home from, I was like 5 or 6 months pregnant with Bo when I started working from home, and then I quit that job December 2019. So I was still working, but I was working from home for about 30 or 35 hours a week, I think. And then I cut back my hours a little bit more to like 15 towards the end before I had quit my job. And then since December 2019 until now, I've just been a stay-at-home mom, and I say that because like I'm not working from home I'm only being a mom, if that makes sense. Like, my day is still full of cleaning and doctor's appointments and helping the kids with school and taking them to and from school and cleaning and laundry and cats and doing all the things. So I'm still busy, but I'm not working anymore. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. And he has worked outside of the home, and he's worked from, well, not worked from home. He's not had a job a few times before, but he's been working with my stepdad for 4 years now. We just passed 4 years in January. And he is in construction, so he's outside in the heat a lot. He mostly drives and picks up and delivers product, but he does get out and like physically help, you know, with wheelbarrows and lifting pavers and stuff like that too. But he is gone for about 10 hours a day. So he works 45 to 50 hours a week. So when he comes home and even on the weekends, he just wants to relax. Like, he just wants to hang out, watch a movie, play video games, play on his phone. He doesn't want to be active because he's been active. And we fight with that and struggle with that a little bit, that even though I'm up and doing things around the house and I'm active, I'm not as active as him, and I'm not out of the house. So I'm like, go, 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 do, out of the house, do all the things, get up. I'm constantly moving. And he's much more like, let's just sit here and do nothing all day. So he's been loving when I can't walk and I'm stuck on the couch, but it's driving me insane. So I think that's also a really big difference in us, is I'm much more active, like driven, motivation, let's go. And he's like, let's sit on the couch and do nothing all day or all weekend long. What is something we don't know about you? I don't really know. I'd have to think about that, because I mean, like I said, I've done some Q&As before. I feel like I'm a pretty open book anyway, even in other videos, voiceovers, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I'd have to think about that for a second. I don't know if I've shared this before, but I'll share it again or share it for the first time. I have never ever smoked any cigarettes or anything like in my entire life. This is actually supposed to be a no smoking sign on my wrist, which I know you can't see very well with my watch in the way, but that is supposed to be a no smoking sign. People have asked me, is that no tampons, no bottles, no battery, like random things? Because I guess there's no smoke and it doesn't look very good. I got that on a whim, last minute, went to one tattoo shop when I was 18 or 19 maybe. But you know, it's there. But my dad passed away from smoking when I was 7, but he did battle cancer for I think about 5 years, if I remember correctly from what my mom told me, before he did pass away. But he was a smoker and he got cancer from that. And so I've never ever smoked a cigarette in my life. I've dated one other person that was a smoker and it was disgusting. And then actually when Matt and I first got together, he smoked cigarettes, even in high school when we dated, and then when we reconnected later. Tastes like an ashtray, which I've never smoked before, but like that smell, I just imagine you taking the ashtray and just licking it, and that's what it tastes like, and it's absolutely disgusting. So he actually quit smoking when we started dating, when we like reconnected, and I made him quit. And then after about 2 years, I think, he started to use the little e-cigarettes, because he wanted the nicotine to help him calm down and whatever. And then he switched over to vaping. So that's what his giant like mod box is. I think it's been in the background of some videos before or something. And I don't mind that. I wish he didn't smoke at all, because yes, the nicotine can still cause cancer and be harmful, but at the same time, there's no secondhand smoke. And trust me, he's done a ton of research on this, and we, you know, in all the years that he's been doing this, we've never had any problems with it. It actually smells good. It doesn't make you stink like an ashtray. There is no secondhand smoke. It's just like the vape. It's like almost like what comes out of like a humidifier. It's just like mist almost, if that makes sense, or fog, or whatever the word is for that. And it doesn't stink, he doesn't taste bad, anything like that. So he still vapes, so he still has nicotine, but it's not the same as cigarettes at all. Oh, I could share that, an unpopular opinion. I wish that they would stop making cigarettes completely and make everyone switch over to vaping, because like I said, there's no secondhand smoke, which is actually worse for you than you actually smoking the cigarette. And that drives me nuts. An unpopular opinion, I guess, or just a pet peeve, which is kind of random. I cannot stand when people smoke near their children or in the vehicle with children, windows down or not, that is still affecting the kids and the people around you. I absolutely hate it when we're driving somewhere and I get behind or next to somebody smoking, because it just gets into my car and I really can't get out of it unless, you know, they turn or I get ahead of them or whatever. It drives me nuts. It's disgusting. I hate it so much. It stinks. It's terrible for you. It literally kills you every single time. You're just adding another nail into the coffin. So I wish that they would not make cigarettes anymore and just switch everybody to vaping. Love your channel. Thank you. What are your goals for YouTube? Also, can you film a cook with me? I did film a clean and cook with me just recently, so I will link that in the iCard as well, and that video bombed, so I probably won't do it again. But what are your goals for YouTube? I don't really know. I had goals and I'm still not anywhere near the goals, so I don't know. I've thought about just quitting YouTube so many times because there's so much work involved, and I feel like recently I've seen a lot of mamas talk about this, either quitting YouTube or thinking about quitting YouTube or changing their channel, bringing it to a different direction, because either they just don't have time for it, they're too busy, or it's just not going in their favor, which is kind of like me. I mean, I have put probably $1,800 into this between equipment, cameras, using the music, paying for Canva to create my thumbnails, the editing software, other things for videos, all that kind of stuff that goes into it. And I have only made about $350, and I've been doing this for just over 2 years. And I know that I didn't start my channel in the best way because I didn't completely understand YouTube's algorithm and the tags that you should use and more behind the scenes type of stuff. So I was all over the place with sharing vlogs and cleaning and cooking and laundry and all the things, and I wasn't sticking to like one particular niche. So it's kind of my fault that my channel didn't do good for quite some time. So now, which funny enough, I watch lawn care videos, which I feel like also is included with what's something that we don't know about you. Other things I watch on YouTube, I guess, besides like mommy related things in my niche, which I love, but I also really like to watch lawn care videos because it's super satisfying to watch people mow the grass, and it's just like immediately like from long to short, you know? So somebody that I watch, Lawn Care Juggernaut, I watch his videos, and he's also done like pressure washing, which I really like too, because that's also that immediate like satisfaction, pressure washing the ground or the side of a house or something. Like, it's just so good. But he actually helped me and told me about an app on my phone that I could download called TubeBuddy. So if any of you YouTube mamas need help with your tags, download TubeBuddy. I only do the free version, but it helps you to like research your tags that you're going to use on your videos, and it'll give you a percentage if it's not a searched for word or something. Like if you put in clean with me, it might come up as like 50%. But if you type in like deep cleaning, it might come up at 100%. So you want to use the tags that are 100% or like 95%, things like that, because that's what people are searching for. Like if you just type in the word clean, that's gonna get you maybe 30%. So don't use that as your tag. So things like that. But he helped me with that because I didn't know about TubeBuddy before. I've been using that now for maybe 6 months, and since then, and because now I pay for Canva Pro instead of using the free version, I get a lot more things to create my thumbnails with. So I've been really trying to not only make my content better with different angles and changing it up a little bit, like faster, slower, things like that. I've been trying to make my thumbnails a lot better. I've been getting newer music, like I'm not using the same music. I go in about once a month and download some new songs off of Epidemic Sound, and then the tags that I've been using through TubeBuddy, researching those, I feel like that has made a really big difference as well. So I've grown quite a bit. I feel like in the last handful of months, there was months in 2020 where I didn't gain but maybe 1 subscriber, but I was losing like 10 subscribers, you know what I mean, like a week. So it's been really, really rough, and I've thought about quitting before because there's a lot of time and effort that goes into filming, especially cleaning videos and stuff, with moving the camera to get different angles and get close-ups and shots further away, and then actually editing the video. That's the part where I struggle the most with time and stuff. Besides right now with my foot, when I can't really walk and I can't really film cleaning videos, but it's mostly been about the time to edit the videos. So what was your original question? Because I feel like I've gone on this tangent and I have no idea what you asked. What are your goals for YouTube? Okay, so I don't know, because I'm also thinking about trying to get back into the workforce. I am thinking about working the same job that I had that I quit in December 2019 and sending Bo to a full-time preschool rather than this part-time preschool that he's been in and is almost done with. So I don't know if I'm gonna continue with like one video a week, or if eventually I get a full-time job, if I just might stop, because honestly for me anyway, it's not really worth it. And even now that I've been trying to change all of these things, it's still not completely worth it. So I don't know. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over to Facebook, which I only got one question there. But it would be interesting to see what you have planned for the future of your channel, which I just kind of explained, your home and your family, if that's not too nosy. Not too nosy. So for our home, I think I mentioned that before, we hope to own a home because we have rented this house for about 3.5 years. We grew out of it before we moved into it, but the house that we were renting previously, they were selling, so we had to move, and this was really like the only house available within our price range. So it worked out well though, in regards to, I mean, having a roof over our head, and the rent is really cheap compared to what the rent has gone up to over the last like year and a half. And we're close to like freeways and stuff. So like for Matt, because he drives a lot, like I mentioned, it's easy for him to jump on and off the freeway. So we hope to own a home at some point. And for our family, just that we're, you know, healthy and together. And like I said, you know, we're not like having any more kids, if that's what you're asking. My husband got snipped when Bo was 4 or 5 months old maybe, so we're done with kids. We just have our 3. I don't plan on getting more animals either. We have our 3 cats, and that's plenty for me, because it's really like I have 7 kids between my 3 kids, my 3 cats, and my husband. So yeah, otherwise I guess that's it in regards to our family. Hopefully that answers your question. I'm gonna go over to YouTube community and see, I think I had 1 or 2 questions over there as well. Yes, okay, so hi, did you watch YouTube when you were younger? No, I did not. I didn't really know like YouTube was a thing. Like I know people shared YouTube videos like back on MySpace and then when Facebook like first came around, but I never like went to YouTube searching for videos. Even with the cleaning videos and all that stuff, I didn't even really know about that until I think we moved into this house. So that would have been, I think we moved in here November 2017, I think. So that's really when I found YouTube. So I was already like 27, almost, I think roughly 26, 27 or something when I discovered YouTube. Do you see yourself still doing YouTube 10 years from now? Probably not. Like I mentioned before, maybe not, probably not, to be honest. Yeah. And I love your hauls. Thank you. Love from Michigan. Thank you so much. And then another one says, sounds great. When did your YouTube channel become successful? It's still not successful. Like I was talking about before, money-wise and all the time and effort put into it. For me, it's not really worth it. Obviously for a lot of other channels that have just exploded and done really, really well, there's a lot of really big YouTube mamas in my same niche, and that's probably part of the problem. Is there's so many of us trying to do the same thing, and I understand that it's a very like competitive market. So yeah, I wouldn't say that my YouTube channel is a success even now. What is your favorite food? Mexican food, really. Anything Mexican food is my absolute favorite, and I also really enjoy sweets. Which household chore do you hate? Love and hugs. I really don't like to put the dishes away. I will put them into the dishwasher I don't really like to hand wash, and I don't like to put them away. And I don't really like to mop. It just takes a lot of time, and with all the kids and the cats everywhere, everybody just tries to run all over them quickly, and they just get so filthy so fast. And I just feel like mopping is not quite pointless, because I know it makes a difference and the floors are clean, but then literally that day or the next day they're already dirty and sticky and there's stuff everywhere. So I would probably say dishes and mopping are my least favorite chores. So that was all the questions that I had this time around. If you left me a question, thank you so much. It was like 5 people that left me some questions. So thank you to those of you that left me a question. I hope you enjoyed the video, maybe enjoyed getting to know me a little bit more. If you have any other questions, go ahead and leave them down below and I'll just answer them down in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed already, please consider doing so. And you can also head over to Instagram or Facebook to follow me there as well. But I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye!